Hello, my name is Reagan and welcome to my channel. I mainly do book content and today is going to be another book video. I recently filmed the video detailing my reading goals for 2024 and one of the goals in the video was rereading Throne of Glass. So I'm filming a reading vlog detailing my reread. This is going to be episode 1 of 8, reading book 1, Throne of Glass. I hope you enjoy. So I'm starting this today. I have 4 days left on my audiobook alone and this is going to get read in the next 4 days. I'm trying to pick out a pen color. I'm not going to fully annotate this, but I do want to have a pen to like underline, and I want a glittery gel pen. We're going to go with this blue. We're ready to jump back into this. So we're just going to start. We're just going to sit here and read and be happy. Okay, here's my first update. I'm on chapter 5, page 28, and I've forgotten how much I actually like Celaena as a character. She's so confident and cocky at the same time that it's like comical. The banter that she has with everyone, like she's so quick-witted. I forgot about the fact that she loves clothes. She's like this tough assassin. Her loving clothes is such a soft quality and like a not ironic. She has like opposing personality traits in that way. She's so girly and feminine, but also has the ability to be the best assassin. Also, if you haven't gathered, this is going to be spoiler filled. I probably said that in the intro that I will make at some point, but I'm only to the part where they're traveling to the kingdom and the castle for her to start the competition. Mainly the banter is just with Chaol. I always called him Captain Chaol when I was reading it the first time, but I think it's Chaol. Good morning. Kind of inconvenient because it's right in front of my face. This is how we're gonna talk. I've made it to page 61 in chapter 9, and I just got to the part where Celaena pushed the flower pot off the balcony to the girl. I forget her name. I'll remember it soon, but she's like the mean one to try and hit the girl who called her the Princess Harlot. Then she goes, the woman hurried off as the Princess Harlot strode into her chambers and called for her servants to dress her in the finest gown they could find. I love how petty she is, but like also she doesn't care, but also she's so petty. Basically, I forgot how much I like Celaena as a character. Like that was really funny and it made me giggle. I think I'm gonna stop for now. My goal is to try and get to page 200 today. I have 3 more days left in this audiobook. I'm really liking it so far. I'm having a good time. I'm annotating. I've got my sparkly blue pen. I'm having a great time. I'm going to keep reading, but I have to get ready for the day. I didn't know that I highlighted this, I guess, the last time I read it because I'm flipping through and I'm seeing like highlights that I did in the past while I'm listening to the audiobook. I'm like, oh, I want to go notate that. And then it's already highlighted and I'm like, wow, past Reagan was so smart. So I'm on page 104 in chapter 14. We've just gotten to the part where Celaena meets Nehemia for the first time in the gardens with Kaltain. And I forgot about Nehemia as well, how much I liked her. She's way more snarky than I remember. I read this a long time ago, but I kind of remember her being more like a court lady rather than what she is, someone who despises court ladies. And I love the banter between Celaena and Chaol. Like I said, I'm page 100, so if I can get to page 200 tonight, that would be amazing. Also, do you like my sweatshirt? Hey girlies, the lighting in here is so bad, but I wanted to give you a little update. I'm on page 199, so I got to my goal for the day pretty much. So Dorian and Chaol were just like fencing. They were like arguing about Celaena. Celaena has gone into the secret passage. She's met what's her face, the queen lady, Queen Elena. I was never one to kind of theorize about how Throne of Glass and ACOTAR Crescent City all connect, but I think I'm starting to see it now. I think the order of timeline wise, I think it goes ACOTAR, then Throne of Glass, and then Crescent City. Somebody should educate me on this in the comments if you know, because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Because what I'm thinking is they talk about Fae in this book, but the Fae are like extinct. Not extinct, but there's like really no more Fae. And there was Fae in ACOTAR, right? I think ACOTAR comes first and then this because the Fae have been like gone, or maybe there's portals. I don't know. Someone needs to explain this to me, or maybe I need to look up the lore. I'm still loving the banter between Selena and Kale, and I'm loving Dorian. I always loved Dorian. He was always one of my favorite characters. I forgot how much like character growth he actually has, because in this book he very much is, in the beginning, the spoiled prince, and he's just kind of looking for an adventure. But towards the end of the series, this isn't a spoiler necessarily, but he has a lot of character growth, and he kind of looks at things differently. Like, he does get into the politics, and he's trying to be like a good political person in this world, but further into the series he like cares more about things other than himself, and like his biggest problem is his mom trying to get him to find a wife. Remembering the character growth that he actually has throughout this whole entire series. Can't wait till we get to some of the later books when we see him and a certain other character. I forgot how different he is in the beginning of the series. I'm loving highlighting little bits that I'm thinking are gonna be foreshadowing. Honestly, I've forgotten a lot of what goes on in the series. Like, I remember the gist, I remember the characters, but I don't really remember the plot points. I know at the end of this has something to do with Kane. They're using the word marks. Stu Parrington, he has something to do with it, and the clock tower has something to do with it. I'm gonna try and read some more tonight. If I could get to page 250 or 300, that would be amazing. 2 days left on my audiobook of this. I'm really enjoying it. Basically, I'm like 50%, in case you wanted to know. So that's my update for now. I'm on page 208, so I haven't made it much farther. But you know how I was just talking about wanting to know like the connection between all of Sarah J. Maas's theories? Selena's investigating the word marks that are near the clock tower and with the murders. She says some books claim the word is a force that holds together and governs Aurelia, and not just Aurelia, countless other worlds too. This makes me think of Crescent City. Some theories suggest that the mother goddess is just a spirit from one of these other worlds, that she strayed through something called a word gate, which also I think is in Crescent City, and found Aurelia in need of form and life. There's an idea that before the goddess arrived there was life, an ancient civilization, but somehow they disappeared. Perhaps through the word gate, ruins exist, ruins too old to be a fae making. So like talking about all the other species and whatnot that are in Crescent City. I still need to figure out the lore, but that part kind of reminded me of like very much Crescent City, the word gates and the words. I'm saying the word too much. Word. Anyways, the word gate part reminded me of Crescent City because there are word gates in that. I just wanted to read you a quote which I thought was really funny. Selena's like bored and she's playing billiards, whatever you want to call it, and she goes, she'd master this ridiculous game, or she'd turn the table into firewood and use it to burn Kane alive. And I was like, that is such a Selena Sardathian quote if I ever heard one. One thing I had forgotten about this book was that we get Kaltain's POVs. It's frustrating me that she's like trying to get Dorian, and I know that she doesn't. I'm pretty sure Kaltain is part of the evil whatever that's going on in the castle. Getting her POVs and her trying to like seduce Dorian is making me so mad, even though I know it doesn't work, and I keep rolling my eyes at her. Okay, so I am ending my reading for the night. I'm on page 248, chapter 33. We just got through the part where Selena went to the kennel to see the puppies with Dorian. Dorian plus puppies equals he has my heart. Here's a quote I underlined in case you were interested. After they left the kennels, she was talking to Nehemia. I would sooner cut out my own heart than love a Havilliard. I just can't wait to get to later in the series. Like, I love this book, but I'm just like thinking about the rest of the series, and I can't wait to get to that. We've got this much left. Right now I'm feeling a 4-star, which is what I rated the first time I read it. Like, it's good, but it doesn't have me yet. You know what I mean? It's like how, if you've read ACOTAR, how like the first book is like good, but it doesn't have you. That is this. I'm having a good time, and it feels good to like have a good time while you're reading, you know what I mean? I've had such a bad reading year last year. I felt slumpy, and everything I was reading, I felt like I was just reading to get to my goal, and I want this year, I want to get to my goal, but I'm not as concerned about it. But like, I want to read because I want to read, you know what I mean? I feel like I haven't been doing that in the past few years, and it's kind of sad because I love reading so much. To read, but not because you want to read, because you're trying to reach a goal, just doesn't hit, you know what I'm saying? I want to really focus on like enjoying the books I'm reading because I enjoy reading, not because I need to get to a series. Like, I want to be very mood reading focused. It is so important to me to enjoy my reading and like have books that I love, and last year just wasn't that for me. But good night, I'm going to bed. Bye bye. You know what I like about this book that I forgot? She has her period, which like no book ever talks about that. You know what I'm saying? Like no fantasy book, no romance book never talks about when women have their period. She has her period and it gets in the way and she has cramps. And I love that they talk about that because I feel like in a lot of books, it's just missing. Tell me why. Tell me why. Oh, my neck is so red because I just itched it, lol. I'm on page 260 and I forget how compassionate Dorian is about like matters of politics and just the world. And I forget how young he is. That like, yes, he might be immature and not ready for his like position and place yet in the world, but he is still 19. I'm 19. We're the same age and I don't know what I'd be doing in his position. I don't know. It's a little bit sad and he's just cute. He's like my baby. I'm 70% through the book. I'm on page 280, chapter 37, and I'm taking a break right now. We're getting to the part where Celaena's about to sneak into a masked ball. I have about 120-ish pages left, I believe. I am gonna try my best to finish it tonight. I'm sitting on the ground reading, and I'm on page 304. A little bit ago, we had the first kiss between Dorian and Celaena. I'm kind of starting to feel for Chaol and Dorian. I remember why I liked these relationships and why I wanted her to be with Dorian, but I feel sad for Chaol, you know what I mean? Like the love triangle is working. I'm liking both and I can't decide, even though I know what happens, but like she finally named the dog and I cannot remember for the life of me what happens to it, if it dies or if she has to leave. I don't remember, or if it stays. I'm hoping it doesn't die because that'll be sad. I'm on page 346, so I have about 50 pages left and I'm about to binge this right now. At the part of the last challenge, she's about to battle Cain. He was talking about Celaena. He went for a hunt and he said she haunted his thoughts, made him wish to do grand and wonderful things in her name, made him want to be a man who deserved to wear a crown. Oh, how cute. This part is a little bit of foreshadowing, I think. A stag stood 10 yards away, feeding on bark. He stopped his horse and drew an arrow from its quiver, but he slackened the bow. If you've also read farther in the series, you know what a stag has to the relevance of the story and the relevance of him talking about a stag in relation to Celaena. He slackens his bow and then he goes, snow began falling. Dorian glanced at the gray sky and rode on through the silent game park. So he didn't shoot the stag, he didn't kill the stag. His future with Celaena and how he wants to like make a future with her, and then he didn't kill the stag. So I think that's like symbolism for how they don't fit and they don't work. He wasn't able to shoot the stag, he wasn't able to secure that future. I could be reaching, you know, I could be reaching. Also, I've officially run out of my annotation pen. It is empty. Page 372, I forgot that Duke Parrington tricked Kaltain about the whole drugging thing. Also, I forgot Chaol kills Cain. Cain was about to kill Celaena. Let me finish the last 30 pages. Oh my god. I just finished finding out Nehemia can wield word marks, finding out the king knows what word marks are. We obviously know that him and Duke Parrington have got like this evil deal going on. He knows about Kaltain. Kaltain's in the dungeon. She's probably crying her eyes out. I do feel a little bit bad for her, but at the same time, she's mean. She poisoned our girl, so what the heck? Oh yeah, she poisoned our girl for the final trial, and yet Celaena still beat Cain because she can do no wrong. She broke things off with Dorian, which I feel bad for him, but I know that he's going to get what he needs later. I feel bad for her, but I know that she's gonna get what she needs later. Also, she signed her contract at the end. I forgot that the next book, she still is in the castle. I have requested the audiobook for the second book. If I really feel the need to read it, I'm gonna read it before the audiobook comes in, but I have other books I need to get to that are right there, especially that blue one, that big fat blue one. I am so glad I reread this book. I forgot how much fun it was, and as much as I know what the rest of the series has coming and how excited I am for the rest of the series, my emotions went along with this book, and like just because I'd read the rest of the series, this book wasn't ruined for me. I still had a good time. I didn't remember a lot of the ending. I love Celaena as a character. I always will. I keep forgetting how young she is. She's gone through all this stuff. Secrets are kept from us as the readers as well. Like she knows secrets and we don't know them them, and we know she knows secrets, like the stuff about her past, and Nehemia knows these secrets too, and they don't tell us. And that's something I really like about Sarah J Maas's books, because you get the secret with everyone else at the same time, so it like hits even harder. This, I can go add it to my red stack. Thank you so much for coming along with me in this reading vlog. We did it. We started it. We are an eighth of the way through my 2024 reading goal of rereading Throne of Glass. Good job, team. So this is going to be episode 1 of 8. If you haven't read the Throne of Glass series, first of all, you shouldn't be here right now. But if you've only read the first Throne of Glass book, come along with me. We can buddy read. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love filming reading vlogs. I'm Reagan. I normally do book content. If you want to check out more book content down below, I've got a lot for you, so you can go ahead to my channel and check that out. I have a Bookstagram. I have a Goodreads. Those are also in the description if you would like to follow me on those as well. I'd love to talk to you on some other platforms. Like, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed the video. I love you all very much, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye. Wait. Read for the month.